eye to eye, face to face, because you're doctors. Worst presentation ever.
Not all contestants from our list will receive such formal and face-to-face feedback about their presentation, but most of them will hear about it. Today, we will be focusing on some of the worst pitches ever made in the Shark Tank.
My name is Romy Taramina, and I am Nausea Relief Chief and co-founder of Health Solutions, the maker of Bands. I am seeking $250,000 in exchange for 10% equity in my business.
Bands. Romy will make some huge claims that will make some of us nauseous, and some of the sharks extremely mad. Romy didn't waste time and made sure to let the sharks know that her product is able to do this.
Or the traveler who has saved all year for a cruise and doesn't want to suffer from motion sickness. Or the cancer patient who is facing their next round of chemotherapy. I suffered from debilitating morning sickness during both of my pregnancies.
It seemed like the next generation cure for almost everything, but did it actually work?
Proof that this actually works?
It's an FDA-cleared medical device.
That's not an answer to the
that's
question.
not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is there any medical proof that this actually works?
Yes.
Well, if it works, meaning that she isn't targeting sick people as the market for her scam at least. The sharks weren't convinced by her answer, since they saw that she likes to play with her words to avoid the questions at hand. But when asked about the number, she didn't hesitate.
Last 12 months.
Almost $1 million.
Whoa.
Romy, you've sold $1 million of these the last 12 months?
Yes. Yes,
How?
We are selling nationally as well as internationally. We're selling in more than...
To this point, Romy's presentation wasn't bad. But when the sharks found out that in those $1 million of sales, there was only a measly 11% profit, that's when everything started to slowly fall apart.
In the company?
We do have debt,
How
yes.
much debt do you have?
We have $600,000 in debt,
Ah.
which includes past deferred salaries that we didn't take for the first 4 years.
But how?
Romy seemed pretty confident while saying such stupid and deal-breaking things to the sharks. And with the debt in mind, her valuation was starting to look more and more bloated. Barbara was out because of it, and Mark had some questions regarding the legitimacy of her product.
What does this not work on?
Acupressure is an individualized response, so I can't tell you how many it does or does not work for. You're my biggest critic. I'm already receiving the cynicism, but I can vouch for the fact that we have $1 million in sales.
After failing to impress the sharks with her business plan, she decided to also slowly lose credibility as well. And the sharks didn't want to promote nor invest in a potential scam.
Up there and you can try to sell me whatever you want, and I don't have any problem with it until you tell me it helps people with cancer.
I understand it's a very emotional thing.
Romy was also giving us a glance at what type of person she is. A snake oil saleswoman. But that wasn't the end of it, since Damon was next.
Trust you. That's the bigger problem.
I'm a very, very trustworthy person, Dana.
You might be, but today, your presentation made me a little woozy. I'm out.
Okay.
Things were going from bad to worse for her. And the cherry on the top was Kevin, who was the only shark that didn't bid farewell to her catastrophic pitch.
Will ever give you that. Never.
Okay.
They'll go through the same analysis I just did and say, you're very greedy and you're way overvalued.
I'm not giving away 40% of my company.
You're dead to me.
Even when Kevin told her that she is dead to him, it was not enough to wash the smug, overconfident look from her face. Maybe after she sees the episode, she will figure out just how bad she was.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Chris Sheldon, and I'm Van Gould. We're seeking $25,000 for 15% equity in our company.
No phone. Van and Chris came to the sharks on their phones and spoke to them in a way that they can understand, even though just yelling phone addiction was enough to make it clear.
People can't even stop looking at their phones while they're on TV. But don't worry, Sharks, we have the solution. Introducing...
The sharks didn't seem to appreciate them showing the pictures of them on set, but the duo didn't seem to care. So what exactly is the no phone?
Contact. It's a fake phone for people addicted to real phones. It has no screen, no battery, no apps. There's no features at all. Here's how it works.
So basically a piece of plastic that looks like a phone. That makes us wonder, when will the real pitch start? But we weren't the only ones.
Grade.
Are you serious?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
3,100.
We've had about $42,000 in sales since we started.
Wow.
What does this cost if you wanted to buy it?
$12 for the regular no phone.
They proceeded to tell the Sharks that they came up with the idea because a lot of people are seen on their phones. Let's just say that the Sharks couldn't take them seriously.
I mean, you sold 3,100 units. I mean, that's impressive. My fear is that the 3,100 units is the entire market.
It's crazy to think that these guys are actually serious, but it did seem like they were genuinely disappointed. Lori asked them nicely to just stop.
Look, guys, it's really bad. Really bad. I'm out.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Congrats, guys.
Thanks.
Congrats.
Congrats on the crazy idea and an amazingly bad pitch. They were sort of a meme and didn't take it too seriously, unlike the last entry on our list.
I'm Dr. Amini. And I'm Dr. Amini. We're brothers, and we're both physicians. I'm Richard.
And I'm Albert. Our company is Rolodoc, and we're seeking $50,000.
Rolodoc. These two brothers were both doctors, so you would expect that they will be able to do a pitch without any issues. To be fair, they did start off pretty well.
Rolodoc is the cure for the old school communication that exists in medicine.
Rolodoc allows for secure email between patients, physicians, and other medical professionals. The mobile app allows for
Their pitch was energetic, but it left a lot of gaps. And it was only logical that the Sharks turned to them in hopes of finding answers.
You can personally communicate to the doctors that you have online, because doctors could be inundated with emails and personal messages. How would they ever keep up with it?
What we're really trying to do is bring social media and the social network to the medical profession.
Mark just wanted to know what the social element was since he didn't understand their plan. But they continued talking nonsense.
Running it all?
We are in alpha testing right now. We've got 50 users on it, our personal connections that are using it, verifying how it works.
50 doctors or just total users?
Total users.
I'm just looking at my own situation.
Mark's face said it all. He again asked what the brothers meant by social media, because they kept repeating it over and over.
Okay, wait, let's take a step back. How am I going to convince you, the physician, to put your profile up there and detail the services that you offer?
Well, that's easy. There's 800,000 U.S. physicians.
No, I didn't ask what the market was.
Okay.
After telling Mark that they have connections that can make this app work, and yet again avoiding the social element question, Mark had enough.
How are you going to tell them I'm pulling teeth? I should be a dentist. Are you personally, you're going to quit your practice, you're going to stop doing surgery, and you're going to make the call?
Lori tried to get an answer to her question, but they weren't able to give her an answer as well. Mark saw how clueless they were, so he said this.
You haven't explained how I make money, which is the most important thing. My doctor is very hip to technology. Why would he use this, and how would I profit from him actually getting on board?
Things were slowly getting better. Not to the point that they got a deal. That one was out of the window for some time now. But at least no one was attacking them. But then Albert had to say social network. Again.
Okay.
Wait,
You guys are
let
driving
him
me nuts.
answer. How do I make money?
He keeps on saying social media, social media. This is all one-to-one communication.
You're not going to let him tell me how I make money.
Because there's no chance of you making money on this.
The brothers were speechless as Mark seemed to have more answers about their company than them, which wasn't hard since they just kept repeating the same over and over.
You are putting people in touch with their doctors. They're answering back without maybe seeing a patient, knowing what's going on. This is just my opinion. There's a lot of risk in it. I'm out.
How is this man a doctor? He again started mentioning the social media aspect that they want to bring into the doctor-patient space.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring social media to medicine. And
Albert, let me go back to Mark's point. You keep saying social media, then you go to email. Email is not social media.
After the statement Albert made, Mark had enough, and before having a stress-induced heart attack, he decided to let them know just how terrible they were doing.
Eye to eye, face to face, because you're doctors. Worst presentation ever. I'm out.
Oh, that was mean.
The doctors were stunned, but the Sharks were cold and understood Mark's frustration. Needless to say, they left the tank without a deal. And to be honest, they didn't really deserve to get one. If you like seeing heated situations with Sharks being in the middle of them, click here to check out some of the biggest arguments that took place in the Shark Tank.